Okay, it's going to be to draw two parentheses. Now, I'm not asking for the number, but see how we have x squared? That means we have two x's. Okay, so we're going to put them in, x and x. Now, you're always going to find a list of C. And what is our C? 6. So over here, make your little C. And the very first one you should always write down is going to be 1 times 6 is 6. Does 2 go into 6? How many times? 2 times 3. See how these numbers are right next to each other? Okay, if the number was 80, you'd get 1 and 80, 2 and 40. 2 and 40 get smaller. 3, 4 and something, I don't know. I don't know. Okay, and then eventually you get down to 8, 10. Okay, and 8, 10 gets a lot smaller and smaller on your list. And so, now, of these numbers, and this one's not the best example, we need something that can add or subtract to give me B, which is 5. What could I use? You can either use this group or you can use this group. How could I get a 5? You could do 6 and 1, okay? 6 minus 1 is 5. Or you could do 2 and 3. 2 plus 3 is also 5. Okay, so we're going to put 2 and 3 in here. Normally, there's only going to be one option to put in there, okay? Now, I need a positive 5. So how do I make this positive? Should I have a minus minus? Negative 2 minus 3, is that positive 5? What is negative 2 minus 3? Negative 5. So it's not going to work. Okay, so these are going to have to be plus plus. 2 plus 3 is 5. Okay, and then I would write this chart up here somewhere. You have 4 options for signs on every single problem. Okay, it could be a plus plus, okay, like we just did, plus plus, plus minus, minus plus, or minus minus. Those are your 4 options every single time. So you could type in 2 plus 3, or a positive 2 and a negative 3, or a negative 2 and a positive 3, or a negative 2 and a negative 3. Okay, now here's where you see some differences. See how this says equals 0? This one does not. Okay, and so when it says equals 0, that means solve all the way. Now, on the first couple, I'm going to solve the long way, and then hopefully you see the pattern of what's going on. Okay, so you can set this factor equal to 0. So you can say x plus 2 equals 0. Okay, well, how do I get x by itself? Subtract 2. So for one of our factors, I get x equals negative 2. Okay, what happened from here to here? The sign changed. Okay, it went from a plus to a minus. Okay, well, let's look at this x plus 3. X plus 3 equals 0. Okay, well, if I'm going to subtract 3 on both sides, we get x equals negative 3. Okay, what happened? The sign changed. Okay, you can skip this part. Okay, if it was a minus, what should your answer be? Positive. Okay, if it's a positive, your answer should be negative. When it says equals 0, these are your answers. When there's no equals 0, you stop right here, and these are your answers. Okay, so it just adds one extra step, whether it's solving or we're just factoring it completely. Okay, and I know some of you guys are probably feeling overwhelmed right now. I'm well aware. Okay, so look at number 3. What do we do very first? What do we do very first? We drew 2 parentheses. And we can fill in the x's. We got 2 x's, so we got x and x. We make a list of what number? 2. Your first one always should be 1 times whatever your number is. Are there any other factors of 2? No. Okay, so you could definitely fill these in, 1 and 2. We need something to add or subtract to give me a positive 1. How can I get a positive 1? Huh? Plus, plus? Okay, well, let's go through the list. We got plus. So what is 1 plus 2? 3, so that's no good. Positive 1 minus 2. Negative 1, it's no good. Negative 1 plus 2. 1, so that's what we need. Negative 1 and a positive 2. Do we have to stop or do we keep going? We got to keep going. And what should your answer be? It should be x equals 1 and x equals negative 2. Now, if you want to write all this out and solve it the long way, feel free. Okay? So, these are going to be our answers. Oh, cross off number 5 because it's the exact same. It just has A's instead. Okay, look at 7. What do we do first? 2 parentheses. And then what? Fill in the x's. We're going to make a list of what number? 2. And we know that it's only 1 times 2. Because that's our only option, you can fill it in. What do I need my numbers to be? They need to add or subtract to be what? Positive 3. Okay, how can we make that happen? Plus. Okay, 1 plus 2 is positive 3. Do we stop or keep going? We stop. Why? There's no equals 0, so we're going to stop right here. This is our answer. Okay, 9. We're going to draw our parentheses. Then what? Not x. M. Okay? I know what you meant, but. So we're going to say M and M. We're going to find the list of what? What number? 3. What are some factors of 3? 1 and 3. Are those the only ones? Yeah. Okay, so we can write those in. I need a negative 4. Huh? Minus. Negative 1 minus 3. Okay, and if you're confused on those, because with negatives, like, you can type them in your calculator. Negative 1 minus 3. Okay, positive 1 minus 3. Negative 1 minus 3. Okay, go through and type them on your calculator until it says negative 4. Do we stop or keep going? We keep going. What should my answers be? M equals 1 and what? 3. And you can do it like this and just put a comma if you want to. You don't have to write M equals both times. Keep it on the front page. I'm going to do the whole front page today, and then you guys will do the back page, because some of the front ones are harder. Okay, look at number 2. We're going to draw our 2 parentheses. And then what? 2 p's. We're going to find the factors of what number? 15. Okay, if you do not know how to find factors, obviously 1 and 15 are going to be on there. On your calculator, you're going to say 15 divided by 2. Does that work? If you get a fraction, then that means it doesn't work. Okay, 15 divided by 3. 5 and 3. Okay, if you were to look at a number line, 1 to 15 is like this far. What about 3 and 5? They're a lot closer, right? The closer and closer your numbers are, that's how you know when you're done. The only number between 3 and 5 is what? 4. So does 15 go into 4? No. What about 5? Well, 5's on our list, so you know you've checked every single possibility. Okay? So of these numbers, I got 2 groups. You can either pick this group, okay, or this group. I need something to add or subtract to give me an 8. What? 5 and 3 could give me an 8. Okay, and I need a positive 8. So what signs am I going to put? Plus, plus. Do we stop or keep going? We stop. Okay, 4, you're going to draw your 2 parentheses, and we're going to fill in N and N.